All right, you ready, cutie patootie? Yay! Yay! Hello. Hi everyone. Welcome. Eloise is awake for this episode momentarily. We'll probably have to pause. We'll probably have to feed her, and then she'll be asleep. But say hi. Say hi. Give everyone a smile. Not a cry. Today's been a big day. This morning, we had her 8-week vaccines. So she's already had the 4-week one, which were 2 vaccines. And then today we had a drink one and like 2 shots too. Oh, I was nervous because the first one, she obviously it hurts and they just cry and I cried. But today we did so good. She didn't really have the, or maybe I'm just used to her crying now because we're 8 weeks in, a little over 8 weeks. Andrew holds her when she gets the shots, which is so thankful. And big yawn. And I only shed a tear when I saw him consoling her. It was so cutie. And then we came home. We had about an hour, so I came home, changed her, fed her a little bit, and then went to get my nails done. Shout out Erin. So good for the old mental health. We're 8 weeks, starting to feel human. But then again, it comes in waves. Oh, don't cry yet. We just started. You started, honey. You started. Yeah, the little things. I'm washing my face by noon. I'm putting on a bit of makeup. You need to feel human. You need to feel like you're doing some self-care for you too, because this is 24/7. This is crazy. We just got out of the 6 to 8 week growth spurt. I think we're on the outs. Hard. She overtired, hard to console. She really only wanted to be consoled by me because I'm breastfeeding, cluster feeding during these growth spurts. Those are overwhelming, especially if you get touched out. It can be a lot, but it's temporary. Let us remember that. Also, a couple episodes coming up, I'm going to have Bethany, Sisu Mom, that's her company name. She's my lactation consultant and friend. We have a lot to talk about because this is a big part of motherhood, breastfeeding, pumping, going back, colostrum collecting, and all of this stuff. It plays a huge part, and it can be very overwhelming. So do some research, book your lactation consultant, get someone else to help you out because you need it. She's not taking a bottle yet, which we have bottle boot camp on Thursday, where Andrew's going to help administer bottles. That'll help them bond. It'll let me take a break. It'll let me go outside and garden. I have some rhododendrons waiting to be planted, but I can't because I have a bebe and it's sunny and I can't take her in the sun. Anywho, we're actually going back to episode 1 where I left you. I was in a wheelchair holding this baby being wheeled into the postpartum unit. And I think I mentioned I didn't really go into this whole labor and postpartum at the hospital with a birth plan because that would create more anxiety for me because I like to control things, right? So the way I kind of tackled it was knowing that there are many different scenarios. I was praying for a private room. If you remember, St. Patty's Day, they said it was busy and we didn't get a private room. So we're getting rolled into the postpartum unit, which was just down the hall, and Andrew's lugging all our stuff behind us, and it's pitch black, right? Like it's 2 a.m. And we get rolled into one of the semi-private rooms, and we're paired up with another couple and their little newborn. So they have the back end of the room with the bathroom on their side, and we have a small section of a room with a bed for me, obviously, a chair that reclines, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes for those listening on Spotify. And then, oh, the baby's getting tired. And then it had like a closet sort of thing. So Andrew's chair actually couldn't recline. And if we did try to recline it, it would block the door. So he wasn't able to. So we get rolled into this room. The adrenaline after giving birth was insane. I was like wide-eyed when in reality I'm exhausted. That was wild. And we have a baby. What the hell? We literally have something to take care of now. Someone. It's pitch black. So immediately regrets on not bringing some sort of nightlight, which this one, you love this one. This is on our Amazon storefront. I wish we had a nightlight because it's either lights fully on, which disrupt your roommate, I guess, or this very, very dim light, and it doesn't do anything. So for like diaper changes or if you need to see anything, you literally couldn't. So this little egg, tap, tap, on, off, and you can dim it. Ah, I love this for nursing and nighttime feeding, or if she's overstimulated, I bring her into the nursery and I turn off the lights, but I have this little night light on. Love this. And I didn't bring a sound machine. And I am so pro sound machine. I love my sound machines. And so does she. Bring a sound machine because you're going to hear all the things, especially because usually they leave the door open too, to the main door or whatever. So you're hearing all the nurses go by, you're hearing the phone ring. Bring a sound machine and bring a nightlight. I can pick you up now. Are you going to go crazy? Are you going crazy? Yeah. Oh, okay, I'll pick you up. We might have to edit this out. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Okay. Also, I'm pretty sure they do this for everyone. I really should have Googled the why behind it, but they give you IV oxytocin. I think it's to like literally. Come on, honey. Come on, honey. You don't want the microphone. Let's do a little rock. Let's see. She's so particular. Like, she likes to be soothed when I'm standing up. I'm like, why? How do you know? How do you know I'm not standing up? I'm literally holding you the same way that I normally do. Oh, that hurt your head. Okay, I'm gonna turn my sound machine on. Actually, I wonder if you're gonna be able to hear it. This is another little one that I love. Also on Amazon. I put this one in my purse or my pocket if I'm walking around the house. It's very cute. Yeah. Let's go sleep. Go sleep. Also, so hard. Why am I doing a podcast? Because when do I have time? She loves contact naps, so like she's always napping on me. Anywho, if I start getting a little lax with posting every Wednesday, sorry. Okay, so yeah, I'm on an IV of oxytocin. I think it's so you can connect with the thing that you just shot out, obviously, and to settle you down, but you're not sleeping for the 4 hours, or at least I wasn't. And you're stuck to the bed. Nowhere. I was not at all thinking about needing to use the bathroom because I didn't think anything of that. And I hadn't really drank anything. I was taking like sips of water throughout labor. But basically, for the first 4 hours, Andrew and I are wide-eyed, like, holy shit, we have a baby. I'm nursing her. He's holding her. We're changing her diaper, all in the dark. The craziest thing is one latching. So, if I think I said in the first episode, when the baby first comes out, they put her on your chest, put her or him, the baby. Here, let me see if we can do this. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so we're doing all of this in the dark. It would be so much nicer to have a private room because you guys are experiencing this all for the first time. Maybe not. Maybe you have multiple children, but the postpartum unit was my least favorite part. I would do a vaginal birth, no epidural again, and not do postpartum unit. So our neighbors, I think mama might have been having a bit of a time latching baby. Baby was crying. I also heard mama crying, and I heard partner snoring. So that made me really sad. And Andrew and I were up figuring this baby out. The first latch, again, I'm like wide-eyed, like I'm laying in this bed, like what's happening? And the nurse, she came in, like manhandled my boob to get her to latch. Mind you, working with Bethany ahead of time, in my sane brain, I knew what I was doing. She goes over what to expect at the hospital, the idea behind cluster feeding, which is just like aggressive on and off the boob all the time. You worry, or new moms, I can understand why there's worry that, oh, my milk's not coming in, the baby's not eating, they're not getting anything. They are. Their bellies are so small, so they only need a very, very small amount of colostrum. But them suckling that often is what's transitioning your colostrum into transitional milk, or whatever it's called. She's going to speak more to it, but she's the reason why I felt so confident at the hospital. Also, is this weird that I'm breastfeeding and doing this? I will edit it if you see anything, or if she goes crazy. What, honey? She might be sleeping for a little bit. This is motherhood, guys. Boobies out all the time. Also, I'm really glad that I wore this tank top. It like just snaps down. This is really nice for public if you want to wear something like a cardigan or jacket over top. But I've found some really good nursing tank tops, nursing t-shirts, and then like sets that I can wear around the house, that if you're wearing a nursing bra, they're just easy to pull up or whatever, quick access. But on really hot days, I'm literally just walking around in my nursing bra. Okay. Postpartum unit. First 4 hours, wild. You have the night nurses. So you have a dedicated nurse. I literally don't even remember their name. So they come in and they check you in. They're talking. I literally don't remember any of these conversations, but you have so many people, and this is for partner to know too. You have so many practitioners, people coming in to introduce, check in on you and baby over the first few hours, even when it's literally 3 a.m. What I did is I brought like a little folder and any handout, because you're getting a bunch of paperwork. I just put it all in this. I'm like nodding, like, okay, yeah, over my head. I'm not listening to anything because I don't know where I am or who I am. And I put them all in this folder. So gather all the information. You have a public health nurse come in, check in on you, asking if you want to opt into the public health, like at home visits, if you're eligible. For me, because I have general anxiety, I was eligible. And I'll tell you this much for free: love. My girl Megan comes once a month to do an assessment on her. We talk about the new milestones that we're hitting. She checks in on me. Do it. Opt in, because that's someone that you can reach out to and ask questions to, and ask the is this normal or help me kind of vibe. Opt into the public health. So this is with Horizon Health. You also had a lactation consultant from the mommy baby clinic that comes in, because you're going to go see them when you get discharged, like 2 days after, to double check on feeds and everything. I had someone from like the ENT department to check her, do a hearing test on her. I can't even remember, honestly. There were so many people. So it's up to you, both you and your partner, your support person, to, well, one, figure out who they are, and if they have anything relevant or forms that you need to fill out, keep them. And do that after you have a couple hours of sleep, honestly. And mommy talking too loud? Mommy talking too loud? She does this really cute thing these days where she'll like, this is weird. She'll like lick my nipple like this and then give me a smirk. Oh, okay. Edit. Note to self. Can't do podcast while nursing. So much milk. Milk stains, by the way. So if you have like light clothing, that you want to maintain, don't get breast milk on it. It'll stain. I had a really nice like purpley pink shirt and then I washed it and then I looked at it after. I was like, what is this? Breast milk. Oh, good burp, honey. Okay, so sound machine, nightlight, folder for all of your notes. So Andrew and I, we had a hard time sleeping, obviously because shared room, baby, new experience. And this isn't my burping shoulder. This is not hers either. Shh, shh, shh. Sleepy girl. Hasn't slept much this morning because the day has gotten away from us. Oh, the baby, the baby, the baby, the baby. Yeah. I wonder if I should just like keep talking and you just look at this part of my body. Because I'm going to be standing for a bit because she likes to be soothed standing up. And maybe you can see me. I don't know. So we didn't sleep for the first like I would say 24 hours because we didn't want to look away. Like we found it hard to like not look at her. The nurses came in a few times to check on us. They taught us how to swaddle her in like the hospital white blanket thing or whatever. We did bring swaddles. Again, we didn't open any of our bags. So like if you think you need to pack all these bags for both labor and delivery and postpartum unit, I didn't open a single fucking thing. I didn't open anything. I was just trying to survive. So I'm finally at my 4-hour mark and my oxytocin drip, IV drip is finished. So I call the nurse in and I'm like, detach me because I need to use the bathroom. So this is my first bathroom trip, which, get ready guys, is scary. So I have that diaper, the pads and the mesh underwear that the nurse originally put me in. And the nurse takes me to the bathroom and explains what's happening. So in the bathroom, they had a couple pads there for me to replace. They didn't have any of the mesh underwear, so I did ask them to provide some. They gave me this Medline Peri bottle that I talked about in the last episode. And then they had in the bathroom this like white piss collection thing or whatever that they set in the toilet, and they want to measure your urine output. Again, I don't know why, but for 3 Ps, they want to measure how much urine. Naturally, I asked them, okay, well, like, there's going to be blood in there too. Like, how are you differentiating? And they didn't really have a straight answer for me. So I sit down and pee, use the Peri bottle as you pee because it's spicy. It's pretty spicy. She just stood outside the door because it was going to be chaotic. My first pee or my first, like a lot of blood, a lot going on. So she stood outside. When I was done, she looked at the pee. She rinsed out that I thought I was going to like clean up. She goes, no, we do that. We do that. I'm like, okay, good. And then she left the white pan there. Hindsight, was that my white pan? Was it a communal white pan? What a biohazard that washroom of a shared room was, because if I was sharing that with this girl next door who we never actually saw, they were just behind the curtain. Ew. Also, my next bathroom trip, the nurse didn't come in with me or didn't help me, When I stood up, I dripped blood on the ground. When I tell you that blood drop stayed there for 6 hours, and my neighbor probably went into his bathroom and stepped in it, biohazard. Horizon Health employees, if you're listening to this, yuck. I don't know who you tell, but disgusting. So maybe clarify if that is your personal opinion and like bring it with you back to your bed. I always took my Perry bottle back with me. I did then open up my suitcase to get my diapers out. And again, I spoke about this my last episode of like how I took care of all that. So my tank top's still not done up. Is she sleeping? Oh yeah, nice. I'm gonna sit down. She might wake up. She also likes being like, I mean, I burp her pretty aggressively, but like she likes being patted to sleep too. And rocked. We just started liking the rocking. I think she's waking up. So yeah. Oh, I just burped into that. Hope you didn't hear it. Clarify what belongs to you in that bathroom. So once you get your 3 P's, then you don't need to pee in that pan anymore. Like, great. First poop. Scary. Because I don't know what it feels like for C-section moms, because that's, again, a completely different postpartum experience. But vaginal birth, you feel like you're going to bottom out. A sneeze, a cough, a laugh, a poop. You feel like you're just everything's going to fall out. You don't know what organ is going to come first. So this isn't something that the nurses told me to do. This is something my pelvic floor therapist told me to do. Splinting. So when you go to poop or when you cough or anything, like grab yourself. But when you go to poop, wrap toilet paper around your hand and you're literally going to hold yourself gently because you have stitches, right? And it's sensitive, really sensitive down there. Hold yourself and you are not bearing down at all. You are not pushing. So I had started Restorelax stool softener. I used all throughout IVF, but I knew the poop was going to be scary. So I started that leading up to giving birth. I didn't pack it with me, but they do have it on hand at the on that labor and delivery and postpartum unit. So they gave it to me. You want your poop to be soft. You do not want anything. You don't want to be constipated because you can't bear down. You want to splint and let it slide out. Anyways, bowel movements for the next still to this day because I have a hemorrhoid and it's fucking terrible. Bowel movements are hard going forward. And you're probably going to be holding a baby when you do them. Because I do often. So ask for Restorelax if you can. Anyways, where are we? Next day. We make it through till daylight and then it's shift change. Shift change, we ended up getting a nurse named Lisa and she had been there for years and years and years and she was friggin' amazing. We told her that we weren't sleeping. We expressed our desire to be moved into a private room if one came available, like if someone got discharged, because I had submitted my insurance and we just wanted some peace and quiet. So by 2 p.m. the next day, so we had one night because we were like literally awake after birth in this shared room. By 2 p.m. the next day, she had transitioned us into a private room and the heavens opened up. Oh my gosh, I shed tears when I sat on that bed. Just peace and quiet, your own space to embrace this baby and this new change with your partner. So special. Your own bathroom. Oh my God, I set up my own little diaper area. We were drinking water and electrolytes because now I could use the bathroom anytime I wanted and didn't have to wait for someone else or feel like we're disturbing them. Also, the shared room, we didn't know who they were, but they had visitors come into, and that was frustrating. I was actually frustrated. I lied when those were my first years. I was actually crying in frustration in the other room. We also brought in our own pillows and blankets. I think I used the pillow and breast pillow if you need to. Although working with Bethany, I'm able to navigate breastfeeding without a breast pillow too, because you're not always going to have it. So it's good to have those tools in your toolbox. I think I used my own pillow. Andrew definitely used his own blanket because he actually got some sleep. So night 2 in the hospital, we each got, I think, an hour and a half of sleep because we took turns staying up watching her. Night 2 is cluster feeding. So like moms, you're naturally going to be up quite a bit. And at the 24-hour mark too, they come in and do this big weigh. So like at 2 a.m., they're coming in and weighing her and doing all these measurements. So like, don't expect to sleep much, if at all, for your stay at the hospital. So you're going to be strung out. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be so in love. It gets better when you get home. Trust me. So 2 a.m. is her 24-hour mark. The next day, she needs to be discharged by a GP or someone that's following the babies, and then you need to be discharged. Forgot to mention, they come in and do these like fundal massages to make sure that your uterus is contracting back to normal. Those aren't comfortable. Those are really uncomfortable. Also, like, leave me alone. Make sure you're eating. Bring snacks. We had like protein bars. My parents ended up coming and bringing us like a fruit tray and some snacks. I really didn't enjoy my postpartum unit experience. I think it was because I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. I think it was also having been up 5 a.m. the day before, going through labor, and then not sleeping for sure. I think it was the semi-private room. Really not fun. Getting home, just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Light, and then it gets a different kind of crazy. I had my parents at my house for when we arrived. My mom had been cleaning. We walked in, she had soup on the stove, like food just to keep us fed. But the biggest thing is I knew that we had someone, if Andrew or I separately, maybe not at the same time, wanted to shower, wanted to nap, just wanted to breathe, you have another support person, because it's not just you, mom, going through this. Your partner's going through this too, right? So I felt so good knowing that my mom and dad were there to watch baby, hold baby between feeds, obviously. So that it was so overwhelming coming home. And it was so sweet to take a video of you guys walking into your house the first time. So sweet. The first night at home is very interesting. So now we're transitioning into our bedroom, into her bassinet, into our swaddle. We have never swaddled anything before. We didn't know what swaddles we liked. We also took home some of the white blankets, because like, what if we wanted to wrap her in that, because we knew what we were doing. So the first night where we could potentially sleep was really interesting. Andrew was the swaddler, he was the diaper man, and I was just the milkmaid, basically, because again, we're still in the cluster feeding. The bassinet's next to me in the bed, and I was staring at her like this. I was like, Andrew, I don't think I can sleep next to her. My anxiety, postpartum anxiety, or anxiety in general, I was like, oh no, this is the first time he and I are both going to shut our eyes at the same time, and she's just supposed to live. Anyways, he slept next to her the first sleep. She slept like, I don't even know how long, I can't remember, like let's say an hour or two. And then we both woke up when she cried or whatever to eat. And then the next feed, I slept next to her. So it was like just that hump. I needed to know that we could both close our eyes at the same time, which was insane to think about, but it's a real thing. What else did we learn the first night? Oh, when they say babies make the weirdest noises, like her snoring, her breathing, you're like, are you well? Like, even now, you can't hear her snoring, but sometimes she'll go, make weird noises, and you're like, you're joking? Make fun of you. first couple nights are insane. So just know that postpartum unit, everyone's experience is going to be different. Bring some of your comfort tools, whether it be your postpartum care, a light, a sound machine, some snacks, some food. It's going to be a blur, and it's going to be an uncomfortable blur. You have a lot of people talking at you, a lot of people giving you things and telling you you need this for the SIN number, you need this for the birth, this is the GP or nurse practitioner for your baby. It's a lot of information and your brain's not working. So back to that folder, the day we were getting discharged, this podcast is all over the place. I'm sorry, but hopefully you can put it all together. When we were getting discharged, she ended up getting discharged before we did. So she got the all clear, no jaundice. She was gaining or not gaining weight because like they do a dip, they get a dip in weight or whatever, their birth weight. I can't remember if they check. Anyway, she got discharged and I only got discharged a couple hours later, but I got dressed, I ate, I hustled, I grabbed my folder and I go out to the clerk desk and I was like, okay, my brain is kind of working. I opened it up and I looked at the lady. I was like, what's this? And she's like, just for you to read. What's this? You need to sign that. What's this? You need to do this, this, this. So I organized it all so that we knew what we were doing, what we still needed to do for like her social insurance number. You have to fill out a form for her Medicare card to come in. You needed an appointment with the nurse practitioner or GP booked prior to leaving. The clerks sometimes do it for you. If not, you need to do that. You also need to book your 6-week postpartum appointment. A lot of things, and you literally are a zombie. You haven't slept. It's hilarious. So yeah, I think next baby, I now know what to expect. Oh, also, I'm looking at it over there. There's a medicated nipple cream that they have samples of at the hospital. Get a prescription for that. And they give you a big tub at the prescription because cluster feeding nipples are messed up. Mine bled a little bit. And then I was like, ew, can she drink that or she lick that? It would like scab over and then it would come off and I'm like, oh, she ate that. So disgusting. What else? The black poop transitioning. That was crazy. Again, that transitions as your milk transitions. I feel like I had more to talk about in this. Maybe it's because it's been so long since I've thought about the postpartum. It's just not a great experience, and expect that. It gets better when you get home because you're in your own comfort zone. Ideally, you have some visitors. Don't do too many visitors the first week or two. I don't know what your preference is on visitors in general, but we're 2 months in right now. We did the bubble, so we preferred that visitors, if any, were vaccinated with the whooping cough and the flu, just because, like, could you imagine taking, and again, to each their own on your preference for all this, but this is what we did. I did not want to go to the emergency room with a sick baby that I didn't even know how to take care of. I'm finally gaining a bit of confidence, and she got her vaccines today, so it's 8 weeks. But the 2-week bubble alone, her immune system aside, I needed it to stick close to home, to get used to her cues, to get used to her cries, to understand her better. I'm feeling more confident. Today was a big day, so it was really good. Yeah, that's it. End of podcast. Just kidding. The next couple ones, I think the ones that I have queued up next or that I'm going to work on. So you might not see a post for a little bit, but again, Bethany and I are going to sit down and we're going to talk about kind of her practice, why I reached out to her. It's my type A nature. I wanted to be over prepared, but I'm so glad I was. One, I have a resource for forever now and a friend, but it makes you feel confident on something that you can control, which is like part of my body. Hard to quantify breastfeeding. That's another thing too. When you're bottle feeding, you're able to count how many ounces they're getting. I have no idea. I don't know how much she's getting from my boobs. But colostrum collecting, I had that as like a security blanket going into the hospital. If she didn't latch, I knew I had my own colostrum to give her, and then I would just pump to stimulate. So all of these topics Bethany and I are going to discuss colostrum collecting, cluster feeding, choosing a bottle, choosing a pump, choosing a pacifier. She might be on a couple episodes because there's just a lot of information. But I don't want to give away all of her secrets because you do need to book her. Everybody's journey, breastfeeding, pumping, formula, all of this, feeding the baby journey is very different and it's baby specific, but she's willing to give you some tips and tricks and some info on the podcast. So you're welcome. So I think we're going to do her couple episodes next. And I think we're also going to talk about what I did prenatal in terms of pelvic floor, chiro, being strong, quote unquote. I could have been better throughout your pregnancy and leading into it can help your postpartum recovery. And then there's also the postpartum side of things. So I just went to my first pelvic floor appointment to get a checkup. It kind of coincided with my checkup with my OB on how things were healing down there. But it's so important to be healthy physically so that you can take care of your baby. But you got to take care of yourself. So yeah, we have some good topics coming up. Would love some feedback. We've got quite a few listens on Spotify, which I love. Could use more subscribers. But yeah, some great topics coming up. I want it to be more, well, we're playing catch up too, because the 8 weeks I've been just like figuring this all out. I want it to be more kind of live updates of like what we've done the last couple weeks, or like what are we learning, what are we navigating. That's kind of the premise of this, but we've got a lot of catch up to do because a lot's happened in the 8 weeks and back further too, right? But motherhood is crazy. This is the hardest job I've ever done. My work, easy. I can do that 2 times over. This is hard, but so nice and so fun. And she's so cutie. She's smiling now and she's cooing, and we're able to like play with toys, and she's tracking them and starting to grasp. She found her fingers, like when she's really hungry, she'll suck on her fingers. Super cute. But it's hard. And we got to talk about it. We got to talk about all the topics because you can feel isolated. Anywho, I hope this is still recording because that was a really chaotic episode, and this will be the first episode that I'm going to have to edit because I've taken my boobies out a couple times, but thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.